Yo, welcome to another episode of Swezzyfilmz TV. We got a very, very special guest in the building. I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's a pleasure, it's an honor to be here, Swezzy. Thank you for tagging me in for this one too. Man, you're amazing. My name is Malek, aka, my name is Angel actually. I go by Malek. It's Malek Music, that's my artistic name. It's an honor to be here, like I said at the beginning. It's something really amazing. So okay. I'll let you continue, man, because you got me like here nervous. I'm super excited.
Man. Don't be nervous, man. It's okay to be excited, man. You're on a big platform here, you know? So let's talk about where you grew up at. Where you from?
Well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I've been here in Cleveland for a year. What can I say to you, man? Like, I've been living my entire life in Puerto Rico. I've been living there for like 21 years, and last year I decided, in 2022, I decided to move up to Cleveland on January 22nd. And since then, everything it's been, it's been a really big change, because moving from another country to another, especially Ohio, because I had no friends here. I only have my brother and my sister, so it's like a different breed. It's a new beginning, and I decided to take the chance to start from scratch.
Okay. So how was it transitioning from there to here?
It was, like I said, it was, starting from zero. It was kind of a, how can I say this? It was a little bit hard, not gonna lie to you. I was passing through a process of trying to find myself again, who I was and what I was supposed to do. And that, the first 2 months, it was hard for me. I didn't have this good communication with my brother. Like, we're not that close. But we figured it out, so that was a good thing. My sister was the entire time helping me. She was supporting me, trying to get me in the right placements, the right movements. But I'm a, how do you call that, like a hardhead when you
The typical boy.
The typical boy, because when you have a path to do something, they tell you to go this way and you go the other way.
Yeah.
So she told me, like, get a job, and forget about music, forget about everything you have to do, and just start your life from zero. Forget about everything you did in Puerto Rico, and just have a fresh start. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay, so when did you move here again?
January 22nd of 2022.
Okay.
That was last year. What can I tell you, man? Like, what can I say? It was a whole different. It was a whole, It was a new beginning, but also it was a hard beginning, because I didn't have nothing. My company in Puerto Rico was turning a little bit downturn and slow with films and music and stuff, so I decided to move and try to get a different breed.
Okay. So let's talk about your company in Puerto Rico. You say what type of company it was?
It's PRC Films. You can find us on Facebook as PRC.Films.
Okay.
We are a company that our main goal is to inspire and grab young people to break that, that line, that life that they have, like, hey, I'm just gonna decide to work or just not work, and that's it.
Right.
So it's like, if you are creative and you have talent, we're looking for you. It's to inspire young people to do more than just what they're being taught to do.
Okay.
So we're focused in films, we're focused in audio, we're focused also in music production, video productions, animated stuff, like animated videos. We do plays, we also do, we do plenty of stuff. Okay.
So did you go to school for this?
Actually, yeah, I did in Puerto Rico. I went to Liceo de Arte. That's where I met my 4 best professors ever. Shout out to Dennis Morales, Jacqueline Agnes Rivera, Hilton Colon, and Jamil Romero. Okay. There are those 4 professors that I had in my life. They showed me, they taught me the right things to do to work with audio as an engineer, aka /producer.
So you just went to school, that was in Puerto Rico, right?
That was in Puerto Rico.
Okay, did you go to school here as well?
Yes, here in Cleveland, I went to the Ohio Middle School. I met, shout out to Dwayne Landrum. He was the one who's like, hey man, you got a lot of talents and you better study here and whatever. Because my main idea in the Ohio Middle School was to be a professor, one of the audio professors. But since I'm younger, then, I'm too young for being a professor here in Cleveland. They say like, wait, why don't you give your a shot as a student and see how everything goes for you? So I decided to study RTB, radio, TV, and broadcasting. And I did. That's where I met Ricky, also Action Jackson, and Philip Cummings, and a few other professors that were working with audio. They taught me some stuff that I didn't know. So I was like, okay, I like this. It's a fresh start, but something that I actually know, but in a different perspective. My main idea to study here in the Ohio Middle School was to know the American business in the TV, radio, broadcasting, music, etc.
Okay.
So I was studying there. I'm already out of the school.
What did you study?
I'm sorry, what?
What was your major?
My major was in RTB, radio, TV, and broadcasting.
Okay.
I was doing also radio there. I had in the school, thanks to, now that you mention it though, I had the first Latino radio station in the school. So that was I was a pioneer of that thing. The most impressionant thing for me that was even though I had my radio station in Puerto Rico, when I got here, I was promoting the radio. Hey, I'm gonna be here this Saturday on this radio station. Please follow the link and everything. And when I was transmitting for the first time live, out of nowhere, those numbers went up to 6,000 people, 7,000. I was like, whoa. People, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the live. It's our first time here in Cleveland. We're actually making it. But it was not me, it wasn't just me. It was also a shout out to Leslie, aka Lala Blue. We have this show, Raw and Controversial, which is talk about, hey, this is the things that people don't want to talk about, but without offending anyone.
Right.
So everybody was like commenting in the live, and also they were like texting my phone, like, hey man, you should talk about this, or I think that this thing should be like this. And they also asked me like, how was life in Cleveland since the transition to Puerto Rico to Cleveland? It's like, it's way different. It's a different breed, and you guys, because as a Latino, we're more united. We're more like, hey, if you need help, I can help you over there. It doesn't matter who you are. And here in the United States, the thing is totally different.
Think it's more divided here?
Yeah, I think you guys not divided, but individualists. Each one mind their own business.
Yeah. So, what do you think for like the music scene, right? What do you think we could do better?
And the music thing, I'm gonna be honest to you, I hate the autotune they guys, they put in the music. It's like, you hear more of the robotic sound than the actual voice. It's like, man, I want to hear a voice.
Yeah.
If you have a voice, let me hear it. And then I started working with a few artists from here, and then I met Ket. Shout out to Ket. And he was like, man, I like the autotune, how it sounds. And I was like, man, I like your music, but the autotune can sound like this. And I was like, nah, man, I like it like that. When the first night we sat down to record, there was Nova Vision here, Raya. And I was like, hey, Raya, you want to record a song? It's like, I don't mind. I'm like, okay, you ready to record a song? Yeah, man. And like, do you have the beat? Have the beat. Perfect. And then we record this one song that it's still in the air, but we're trying to get together. We're trying to get that together. And he was like, man, how do you think about this? And then he was like, man, I love the way that sounds, the mix, the auto-tune, everything. He's like, this is the way it should sound. Like, just music-wise, the auto-tune. That's it.
That's right. So, who inspired you to make music?
That's a really good question, though. My dad was, I grew up in church, but my dad was one of the sound guys who was always working with the sound. And I was like, there, like, looking like, what are you doing, Daddy? Like, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks kind of interesting. I was like 80 years old when that happened. And then a year passed, and then I started listening to Michael Jackson music. I like the way he performed and everything. It's like, I want to know, he sounds good. He has a really good voice, a raised performer, but I want to know what's behind Michael Jackson, what's behind that sound. That thing, and then that's when I met DJ King Arthur. he's famously in Puerto Rico. I think almost, I would not say worldwide, but massive. And I had this event in school, this show in school, and then I was like, hey man, I love your work. I really want to get up stage and do some DJ stuff with you. If I don't know if I can, because this is a school thing, and you're doing your job. And he was like, yeah man, for sure. Then there was a section, and he stopped all the party, and he called me to the stage. And he's like, you're gonna do this, like this and this. I was like 13 years old when that happened, and I was like, man, I don't know what I did, but I love this. So I would say King Arthur was one of the people who inspired me, as he is an engineer part and also as a performer, DJ stuff. Then I would say Dennis Morales, Hilton Colon, they put me more and more into behind the scenes of how music is going to be made. So I would say, my professors were part of my inspiration. My dad was part of that too, because I was like, "What are you doing? I like what you're doing. Let me go there." Right. Even though he didn't call me, but I'm gonna be there. And also, I would say my middle school teacher, John Santana, he's a massive musician. He played all the instruments, and I was like, "Man, I love the way you play those instruments because you put a feeling in that." And from that point on, I was like, I would say 14, 13 years old. And then from that point on, it was like, I want to do music.
Okay. So, what is your creative process like when you're making music?
Sometimes I just get in the zone. It's like, I'm just like listening to all the sounds that are in my, surroundings. And then like, hey, that sounds like something. I can do something with that. Hey, that sounds like something. And then in my head, I just start creating some different, different sounds and different type of beats in my head. And then when I go to my computer, it's like, hey, this sounds like this. Because sometimes it's just because I heard something. And but more underneath that, like besides what I heard, what things that I feel. I feel this way. I want people to feel this way too. I'm telling this story. I want people to hear this story and feel this story. So in my creative process, I would say I put all my feelings, I put all what happened in my day, what changed in my day, what affects my day, and how can I put that in a piece of art? How can I make that a poem? How can I make that a song? How can I make that just a beat, an instrumental? So my creative process is to what I'm gonna tell. I go with that, and then just like everything pops out. It's just it's more putting than just the feeling. It's putting your soul in it.
Right. Putting your heart into the music. All right, that makes sense. So, speaking of music, let's talk about some of your projects. Can you speak some of your latest projects?
Oh yeah, in my latest project, I've been working a lot, especially with my own EP that I'm trying to get together, telling the story about the 4 stages of the heart.
So what's the name of your EP?
The name of the project will be Stages of the Heart.
Okay.
When you first fall in love by sight, then when you're in the relationship and everything's like beautiful, the puppy love, and then the other 2 songs will be like when you fall into depression because you're breaking up and everything, and then the last song will be when you're free of, when you let all those feelings go. Because as men, we're not allowed to show our feelings, but what if I can just tell the story, telling, hey, I feel like this as a man, this happened, and then I was under this process, and then now I'm free. Like, how can I put that over there? Like, how can I put my feelings there without being too specific, but being more general? Like, hey, that happened to me. I feel like that too.
Right.
So Stages of the Heart has gonna be like 5 songs. I'm still working on the first one. I have 4 songs recorded. The last song is gonna be the last song that I'm trying to work on is the first song, which is When You Fall in Love. Because the first chorus is like driving to the west side, living on my best life. Riding in the highway, put my head into the clouds. It's like you're you're explaining the love, like how she makes me feel and everything. And I'm at west side because I'm living the west side now. Right. So it's like, I live on the west side, I'm going to the highway, that's it. I'm going to create this story. And, it just, everything comes together. Also, I've been working with some collabs with different artists, Cleveland, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Man, everything is going like wild and crazy.
Right.
Like I just can't believe I've been here all for only a year, and in the first 8 months was like, what am I gonna do with music? And then the other months it was like, okay,
Wow.
I'm getting it.
So you feel like everything coming all at once, or?
Yeah, and also I want to say thanks to Marquette Williams, because I had this conversation with Zaki. He's one of my mentors here. And
Shout out to Zaki, producing at Studio Zero.
Zaki, shout out to Zaki, aka Frequency.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we had this conversation when Zaki told me that Marquette told him like, hey, I didn't find this guy. I think he find me. And that, that got to me, and I was like, maybe it was meant to happen like this way.
Everything happened for
I
a
was
reason.
I was meant to fail in Puerto Rico with some stuff to build up again here in Cleveland. Like sometimes you just do stuff because hey, I need a break, I need to start from zero, but it was not by it was not because it was just happening. It was meant to happen.
Right.
And since then, because I met Marquette in the Ohio Middle School, he just presented himself as one of the new professors, and I was like, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
And like,
Like you so big. Why are you here,
like,
son?
man, I'm honored to see your face. I'm gonna call you Black Jesus, because
Right.
man, since that day, since Marquette on, it's been like, hey, you got to put yourself together, because you're actually on your own path, your dreams, you're following your dreams. And that was something that I was like, hey, I was not expecting this to happen, but I love it.
Right, I know that's right. So, what's next for Malik?
What's next for Malik? So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ways, there's a lot of things that can go for Malik, because the things in Puerto Rico, they're going great again. So my company started getting back up. My studios, I got 6 of them. 4 for music, 2 for film. Everything is going back in Puerto Rico. So probably I'm gonna get again back to Puerto Rico to settle some stuff over there and try to expand the company. Also, here in Cleveland, I have a few shows and I'm like, what's going on? Where did
Right,
this thing?
that show's coming,
I would
right?
say shout out to Swezzy here, because he was the one who he tagged me in this one. I was like, bro, thanks for this, thanks for tagging me in this. I'm really honored. It means a lot to me. And like, you nailed it, you killed it. So what's next for Malik? In the next April 2nd and April 23rd. April 2nd, I will be doing the Unrated Artist. That's the name of the event.
Yes, I think it's the upcoming artist.
Upcoming artist thing is going to be April 2nd.
Yes.
And I'm going to be there performing 2 songs. I think I'm going to be performing "Never Lie to Me."
Underrated artist.
Underrated artist.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a really good. That's what's coming up. Also on the 23rd, I have it's more like a private event. I'm going to have some tickets on sale. On the 29th, they're going to send me the tickets. Sorry. So I can start like promoting that event too. So I got 2 shows coming up. I also have the Coast to Coast coming up. That's one in May. So that's 1,000 people on stage. Like, oh my God, I'm actually doing this. I'm tired of cameras. I'm tired of being around with a lot of public and stuff. And now I'm gonna actually get out of my comfort zone and get it. So what's next for Malik? I would say keep pushing forward. Keep moving, desiring more, inspire, and keep doing it. Keep making it, Mr. Doing, Mr. Making it.
Okay. Well, let everybody know how we can reach you.
Well, you can reach me on Instagram as Malik Music01, MAOEK Music 01. That's Malik Music _01. Also on TikTok as the same, Malik Music 01. Facebook, I don't use Facebook a lot, but if you want to, it's Malik Gabriel de Jesus. Again, it's Malik Gabriel de Jesus, DEJESUS. I post a lot on my Instagram about the songs that I made in the moment, songs that I want to put on my EP. I'm asking questions like, hey, how should I name this song? When I make a beat, you know, I just post it there. I'm always on Instagram, so you can, I would say go more to my Instagram or my TikTok. I'm gonna start using more TikTok.
Right, I know that's right.
So it's Malik Music, it's Malik _ Music 01.
Okay.
TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? Another dope interview. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me here, Streets. It's really an honor, man. This has been amazing for me. Thank you for like calling like, hey man, who should I put on my show, my interview thing? It's like tag me in, don't say no more. And he's like, man, you ready down for Thursday? Anytime you want, brother. I'm here.
Let's get it.
Let's
You
get it.
already know, man. I appreciate Mr. Malek coming through.